Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakodash. The honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone and taught us this truth. And shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you I say shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. And we're going to start off with Proverbs 4 and 13. And it says, "Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life." And when we go into that word for, Salakia. When we go into that word for instruction in the blue letter, it says discipline, chastening, correction. Right? So we can't let go basically of discipline, correction, right? Chastening, right? Because that's what keeps us ultimately in line. These ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the law, statutes, and commandments, all these things, this is the path of life, right? Hey, as a matter of fact, when we go into the Apocrypha, it says the care of discipline is love, right? So when we actually, let me just get it. Of discipline. Yup, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 17. "For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline." That goes back to that word instruction. "And the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption." So what? Right? If we don't let go of instruction and we keep her, what does that make us? That makes sure that we actually are in a state of incorruption. Right? Verse 9, when we go back to Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 19, it says, "And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom." Right? And we need that incorruption. We need to stay as close as possible to Yahweh Shem Yahushai in these days, so that we may be able to, through grace and through faith, receive the kingdom. You know, like the scriptures promise. You know, because ultimately that's our consolation. That's what we want. We want the kingdom, right? And if you want the kingdom, of course you're gonna hold fast on instruction. You're not gonna let her go, right? You're gonna abide in this house that we're in, because what do the scripture says? It says, "Those who depart remain in the congregation of the dead." Congregation of the dead. Let me see. Congregation of the. Yup, this is Proverbs 21 and 16. "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." So when you go out of this way and try to go into something else, you know, you go back into your old ways. You go back into the world that's gonna ultimately lead you down the wrong path. It's gonna lead you down to death, right? This is back in Proverbs 4 and 14. "Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away." You know, so we're not even supposed to look towards those ways, because ultimately wickedness as a whole is going against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Even the scriptures say that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. You know, so rebelling against the Most High, what does that make you, man? You're rebelling against the Most High. That makes you that's witchcraft right there, man. You know, ultimately you're straying away from the path. And not only that, but the scriptures even say that wisdom, let me see, counsel, sinners, prudence. Yup, this is Sirach 19 and 22. "The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence." And there you have it, man. Basically having knowledge of wickedness, that's not wisdom, man. Walking into the path of the wicked, going in the way of evil men, that's not wisdom. There's nothing that's going to profit you when you walk in those ways. But instruction, chastening, correction, actually following Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's going to bring you into more life. That's ultimately going to give you more life. And that's what we're looking for, right? That's ultimately what we're looking for, that wisdom, that instruction, right? Because when we actually receive that correction and instruction and discipline from the Most High, that's going to bring us more wisdom, right? And we need that wisdom, because when we go into that wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, right? Around the last verses, let me see real quick. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, it says, let me see. Yup, Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. It says, if your desire be then in thrones and scepters, which is what we want, right? We want the kingdom. We want New Jerusalem, right? We want to receive that kingdom, like the scripture says. If we actually if our delight is to be in thrones and have scepters and be kings, this is what we have to do. It says, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. So the way we're going to receive ultimately that is by honoring wisdom, right? It even says in Proverbs to exalt her, right? Exalt her. Salakia. Proverbs. Yup, this is Proverbs 4. Man, this is actually good, but let me start at I'm gonna start at verse 5, but the point is in 8. This is Proverbs 8. Salakia. This is Proverbs 4 and 5, and the point is in 8. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. So since wisdom is the principal thing, and if we keep that close to us, we actually hold the wisdom near to us and actually use it, apply it into our lives, actually have this as the apple of our eye, and literally focus on the ways we how about Shem Yahushai, and we exalt her, is going to promote us, right? Let's go into that word for promote. Damn. That word for promote is ruam, which means to rise, be high, be exalted, to be set on high, to be lifted. Basically to lift up, raise, exalt. So if we exalt wisdom, is gonna exalt us, which ultimately, is that not what we want? Aren't we not tired of being the tail and not the head? Because when Yahweh Shem Yahushai made us, like it says in Deuteronomy 7:6, he made us to be above all the nations of the people on the earth. Let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy 7:6, it says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So, the only way we're going to do that, the only way we're going to get there, is if we exalt this wisdom, the wisdom that Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us, this instruction, right? Which ultimately, like it says in Deuteronomy chapter 4, that was supposed to be our wisdom before in the sight of all the nations, right? That's ultimately what's going to promote us, following the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And when we get into the kingdom and we go into that new covenant, man, we're never going to go off, because that new covenant is going to ensure and give us that assurance that we're going to actually keep the laws to perfectly. We're never going to break them. We're never going to go off. And we're going to be with Yahweh Shem Yahushai forever, But what we need to do right now is keep this instruction and this wisdom near to us as much as we can until the very end, until Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, until Yahweh Shai comes, cracks them clouds, and delivers us, you know? Until then, we have to keep this instruction to the best of our ability and really follow, right? But Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodash, the Wadi Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for giving me spirit to make this lesson. Wa Abad Ba Shalom.